Nick Sirianni's got me fired up. The pads came on today, and you wouldn't guess who the standout was.
18th pick in the NFL draft.
Hey, make us lunch. We're hungry.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are hanging in there. So today was the day, man. Today was the day that pads came out. And can we just say, football is back. Football is back. We got a preseason game in 2 days. I'm stinking Cowboys at the Hall of Fame game. Hey, I hate the Cowboys, but you know what? At least it's football. At least we're going to see some action, so it's good over there. You know what I mean? And I may be streaming that game live. I'm not going to lie. So if you haven't, click the like, click the subscribe. You're not going to want to miss it. And oh, by the way, if you're at Newsbreak, if you have the Newsbreak app, maybe you're going to get the Newsbreak app. Give your boy a follow there. Link is in the description. I appreciate it very, very much. And as always, I love yous. You know what I mean? So the Eagles were back at practice today, and we got to start off, as always, with the injury report, what's going on there. So here's the injury report for Tuesday. Davion Taylor, Shaquille Taylor, limited. Now, Davion Taylor was limited in practice, and he also left practice early. Maybe he re-aggravated his injury. I don't know. But he left early. Day-to-day, Brandon Brooks, still a hamstring. Jason Kroom with the knee. Ryan Kerrigan is on the list now with a thumb. He left practice early. It's a thumb injury, but it's day-to-day, so that's good news. At least it's not broken or anything like that. Okay, then you have Michael Walker with a foot. Week to week, we have Meters still, Sayamalu, and of course DeVonta Smith. And that is your injury report for today. Now, as far as the guys that were on the field today, they were there, they were pads, they were not tackling to the ground, but they still were hitting. Anthony Harris laid the pipe on Travis Fulgham at one time. And when I say lay the pipe, I don't mean matrimonial duties. I mean a shot, you know what I mean? Shot heard around the world, not a pump and dump, okay? So Anthony Harris, big hit today. The guys were a little chippy out there. That's what happens when you're in pads. The guys start to stand out, okay? And to me, the biggest standout today, not just to me, but from everything I'm hearing, okay, the biggest standout, and maybe one of the most impressive guys all of camp, is Zech McPhearson. Zech McPhearson, the cornerback, the Eagles took him. That was one of the picks that you know, we kind of liked. One of my top 3 picks in this last draft, okay? Zech McPhearson has been everywhere, they said. He's knocking balls down here, he's knocking balls down here, he's batting balls up there getting picked off. He is absolutely everywhere. He is turning heads, and this is a really, really good sign. And this is why the Steven Nelson pickup, in my opinion, was even more valuable. Because now you have this rookie who is playing very well. He's gaining a lot of confidence, but he's not going to have the pressure of having to go out there and start and things like that where, you know, if you mess up, you make some mistakes, could decimate a guy. He's going to have time to learn behind Slay, learn behind Nelson, learn behind these guys, and continue to develop. I really, really am excited about this kid. And you should be excited too, because from what we're hearing about this kid, he's got a lot of potential, a lot of upside. We know he came from a family of athletes. I think he had family members that played baseball and football. So you should be very excited about him. Clearly today, he was the standout of standouts, okay? No question about it. The other thing I want to talk about before we get a little more into a couple other players is the Eagles, and I did a video on this yesterday, and I really wanted to actually talk about this at the beginning of the video, but I got so excited, hyped up after listening to Sirianni and then McPhearson. I'm pumped, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to play some football. You know what I mean? Wait, we run. Can't wait. But the Eagles, like I said in my last video, they restructured Lane Johnson's contract. They restructured Derek Barnett's contract. We didn't have the details. It just kind of came out today. And basically what the Eagles did was they restructured Lane Johnson. They restructured Derek Barnett's contract in a way that if he doesn't sign a new contract, they're going to have to eat. I think it was like $7 million in dead cap space next year if they don't re-sign him. So will that motivate the Eagles to re-sign Derek Barnett? I don't know. But they shouldn't go spend a ton of money on him until they know. However, with Lane Johnson's contract being renegotiated and with Derek Barnett's contract being restructured, with that happening, the Eagles are saving $14 million in cap space. So now they have $16 million under the cap. And even with the restructure next year, they have plenty of cap space. So I hope that they don't continue to restructure any contracts and keep as much cap space for next year that they can. However, they now have $16 million in cap space. The question is, what are they planning to do with that $16 million? That's the question. And if the Eagles were to make a move like trade Ertz or something, that's another $8.5 million. All of a sudden, this team has no cap money. We're hearing all of a sudden, they got cap money next year. They got cap money for this year. And I think something's up, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I think something is up. I think the Eagles they did this for a reason. They went out and they got that much money for a reason. What reason is, I don't know. There's a lot of speculation right now that the Eagles are looking to bringing Alshon Jeffery back or possibly Golden Tate back or bringing in some sort of veteran wide receiver. Now, I'm not opposed to a veteran wide receiver coming in. I am opposed to a veteran wide receiver coming in and playing this year more than these young guys. That is what I'm opposed to. So if you got a guy like, let's say, Alshon Jeffery, and he comes back, is he going to take snaps from Fulgham? Is he going to take snaps from Quez Watkins? I don't need that. Okay, what I need is a guy who's going to be a backup wide receiver, come in, not going to take snaps from them, but he's going to be on the sideline coaching them, going out there at times, getting reps when he needs to, but not taking super amount of snaps. I wonder if Alshon Jeffery would take a lot of snaps from those other guys. I mean, would it be an upgrade? I mean, experience-wise, sure. But I think you got to let the young guys and the talent play out. So I am all for a veteran wide receiver. I think a veteran wide receiver is probably a smart thing. It's probably a good thing. Okay? But not at the expense of the young guys playing and being able to grow. I mean, look, I have no illusions what this team is. This is a team that can win the division. This is a team that could go to the playoffs. I definitely think so. But this is also a team that has a lot of young guys and are building for the future at the same time. So you have to keep a balance, okay? So I'm not big on bringing Alshon Jeffery back, I'm not going to lie, because I think if Alshon comes back, he's not going to be coming back as a backup. He's not going to be coming back cheap, okay? They're talking about $16 million in cap space. They're looking at paying a guy probably, like $8 or $9 million on a one-year deal? You get a guy $8, $9 million, he's not on the bench. Now, if you bring back Golden Tate and he could take a coaching role, right, where he's the backup wide receiver, maybe, he comes in, he gets a couple snaps a game, but he's coaching these guys on the sideline, I'm good with that. So the possibility that the Eagles add a veteran wide receiver, I think, is something that could very well happen. There, to me, is no reason why there's a reason why, what I'm trying to say, because I'm a dingbat, but what I'm trying to say is there's a reason why the Eagles went out and created this cap space room. What is it? That's what we're going to have to see. Is it something crazy like trading for Xavier Howard or something like that? Highly doubt that. But a veteran wide receiver, it's something that sounds like it could happen, It's going to be very, very interesting. So keep that whole thing, file it in the back of your head, wherever you got to put it, and just let's see what happens, because I think something's up with that. Will we see it over the next few days? Who knows? Maybe the Eagles are in a position where they're gonna snag some vet who gets cut off one of these rosters. I don't know. But I think there's a reason why they did this, more than just saying, hey, we need extra cap space this year. Okay, I don't think that was the deal. I think they got something up their sleeves. Now, some other guys that stood out at practice. Raquan Williams, right? He's a guy that I really like. They brought in last year, undrafted, rookie free agent. He batted some balls down. He looked good. Huntley, he looks really good at running back. People are saying he may be your best special teams returner, okay? He may make this team. He may make this team, meaning, do the Eagles keep 5 running backs? Because here's how I see the running backs, at least before Huntley was really into the mix. But it sounds like with his skill set, how he's looked, you got to put him in the mix, right? You have Miles Sanders, you have Kerryon Johnson, Jordan Howard, Balsa Scott, Professor Kenneth Gainwell, because it sounds like a professor. And then you have Huntley. So who's going to make it? You know what I mean? I think that Howard or Kerryon could be on the chopping block. They may keep one of those guys and then keep like a couple of these other guys. But Huntley is making a strong case for being on this team. So we'll have to wait and see. And I would say that the 2 guys I heard the most about today, Huntley and Zech McPhearson. Now, Ertz is supposedly having a great camp also. This is not a surprise to me. If I'm the Eagles, I am going to build up Zach Ertz, whether he is having a good camp, whether he isn't having a good camp. But I'm going to get into that in the next video because I do want to talk about Ertz and Goddard. I want to talk about some stuff, and I want to propose a possibility of doing something a little different for the Eagles. A little something, maybe that we're not thinking that would kind of shock some people and put it out there and get people's opinion on it. So we'll talk more about that later. But Zach Ertz, supposedly he's having a really, really good camp. The Blonde Bomber. That's what he's doing. But like I said before, he's going to have a good camp no matter what. Even if he's not having a good camp, he's going to have a good camp. If he's having a good camp, he's having a good camp. You're going to do whatever you can to build his trade value up. That's what you have to do. And I every time I listen to Nick Sirianni, I just want to run through a wall. I want to run through a wall. He had a press conference today. He was talking about the plan. They already had everything pretty much mapped out for the preseason, and you could always go back and adjust it. I love this guy. I love how he thinks, and I love that he specifically was talking about analytics. And he was saying that analytics is only one part of the evaluation process, how they do things. That is very important because too many teams depend too much on it. It is also kind of counter to what the front office does. So we'll see how that all works out. I will be Mark Holmes in you later today, so expect another video at some point. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. It's a Mark Holmes kind of day. I make 90 videos every 5 minutes. I got a son. I can't wake up either too. So I grabbed your boo and sacrificed some chickens.